Hey everyone, it's Munkin FTW back with another video, and welcome to my latest creation. And this time it's time for something different, because in this coaster creation video I'm going to show you guys a wooden roller coaster, which is something I barely ever make. And that's partially because these stock supports are quite hideous in my opinion. And making custom supports is very time consuming, at least that's what I thought it would be. But not too long ago, I discovered a mod that automatically transforms any stock supports you have to ones that look much better. And with the help of Moby's Pinewood supports, which is basically Moby's Steel Jungle, but then for wooden supports, I was able to make some pre-made designs like I usually do. So, you know, for steel supports, I have all these pre-made designs. And I kind of did the same for wooden supports. So like this, and because I was able to copy paste that a lot, making this roller coaster actually was doable in terms of time. It didn't take me an insane amount of time. I'm just going to pause it right here. We're going to follow the coaster in just a bit off right, and of course I will put we'll have a POV, and I'll put a timestamp in the description video for when we will do the on-ride POV. So real quick. So like I said, I wanted to make a wooden roller coaster, and the layout of the track was actually quite difficult to figure out because the wooden roller coaster in RCT3 is very limited. You have very basic pieces, so making a roller coaster that has a wooden roller coaster that has a good amount of height and also a good amount of speed is really difficult because very quickly it will turn very janky and very just crappy. So I had to basically use everything I know, which means that one of the cheats I use is in order to make airtime hills and drops and everything more smooth, I use a lot of diagonal pieces because the diagonal pieces in RCT 1, 2, and 3, they are longer. So the drops and the airtime hills and everything, they're also more smooth. It does mean that the roller coaster takes up a lot more space, but usually I make just a roller coaster and not an entire park, and I don't care about it being very compact. It's fine. So I did just that. So, we go up to the supports here, or the chain lift here, and then we drop down. And again, as you can see, I use these diagonal pieces. We have this drop that goes kind of under the ground level, which I made a kind of a cool cave with. We have an airtime hill here, and then you can see that I kind of use these swooping corners here to kind of make some sort of like a twisty bends down to ground level, if you will. And then once again, I'm using these diagonal pieces to make sure that these airtime hills are not too janky. Another thing I really wanted to do is something that wooden roller coasters have a lot in real life, which is another section of the track, the lower section, which is basically incorporated into the wooden support structure. So basically, you have these side supports, and then this part of the wooden track is also kind of incorporated into these kind of side supports. So yeah, when it comes to these side supports, basically what I did is I'm with the help of Moby's Pinewood supports. What I did is I made side supports that are very similar to the ones that you'll find in RCT2. Which are really great because in RCT2 you're able to use those and very quickly transform a wooden roller coaster into something that looks a lot better. So I tried to do that the same way here. And as you can see, the higher we get, the more side supports there are. So here at this level you see one, here you'll see two diagonal ones, and here you'll see three. And you'll see that throughout the roller coaster. And like I said, most of this was done. It did take a little bit of time to make these pre-made designs, but as soon as I had these pre-made designs, I could just copy paste this over and over again, and then it really didn't take a whole lot of time. What did take a lot of time is making sure that the track underneath here, that it was properly incorporated. So I had to do some manual adjusting. I had to place some bars individually, and of course make sure that there's no supports hitting the train or anything like that. So that actually took quite a lot of time. And of course, these days I really like not just a roller coaster. I like it to be kind of surrounded by some sort of like a small theme park, which is exactly what I did here. So when you enter the park right here, you'll have kind of this like this collection of houses where you'll usually find some gift shops or whatever. And then in the middle you have kind of like this, the central gathering location with a Ferris wheel, some benches, you have some drinks and some food and everything, and then a few flat rides. So here you have a bull ride, which is basically like a Western style merry-go-round. You have these bucking bulls, you know, the electric bulls or whatever they're called, and of course one of these, which is kind of like oh, I forgot what they're called, but it's just another flat ride. And as you can see, everything is it's supported with Beastie's path mods as well as Shy Guy planters. So you have these nice swooping curvy paths and these curvy rails to make sure everything is very nice and very realistic. And because this is a wooden roller coaster, you can see that there's a very clear Western theme around everything. So you have these Western style buildings. You have this station of the roller coaster, which, you know, again, very Western style, has a hotel and sheriff sign. It also has a lot of foliage. So you got some rocks, you got some, like, you know, like these Western kind of foliage thingies. I don't know what to call them, but I think you get what I mean. I also have a log flume here, which I wanted to add here to fill up this area. And all in all, I think it's a really great package. So without further ado, let's just follow the roller coaster real quick, and you guys can see the off-ride action. And then we'll move on to the POV. You know, this doesn't need to be a very long video. But yeah, here we go. So into the big drop here. And like I said, I really wanted to have a pretty tall wooden roller coaster, because of course the taller the roller coaster, the more present or more, the more present those custom supports are. So here we go into this kind of long swooping corner down, or just turn down, I'm not sure what to call it, into this nice little airtime hill here. Again, this is kind of like a, I don't know, like almost like a 360-degree turn as we enter the, like I said, the lower section of the track that is incorporated into the wooden supports, which all looks very nice if you ask me, into this big helix right here. Once again, I'm using the diagonal pieces here to make things smooth, and then one final corner into the brake run. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Again, it was something new, it was something different for me, because again, I barely ever make wooden roller coasters, but this was a really cool challenge, and I really liked the way this turned out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the POV. I'm going to go ahead and reset this to make sure we are in test mode, so there's no guests hitting the camera, and here we go. Okay, so here we go with the pre-lift section. Just some simple turns and a small airtime hill, and here we go into the lift hill. As we make our way up, and you can already see kind of on the left side there, you can see the side supports. I think it looks really cool. And yeah, like I said, this was something different than what I usually build, but I'm happy the way this turned out. But you guys can let me know in the comment section. Anyway, here we go. Into the first drop, and again, this is below ground level, so I made this cool cave with a fog effect to really emphasize the feeling of speed and intensity, I guess. Here's that first airtime hill, and I hope you guys can see that by using these diagonal pieces, it actually doesn't look too bad when it comes to how realistic it looks. Here we go, another airtime here, good amount of airtime. Into our corner to the right, then we go down again. Here we go into the lower section of the track, so to say. And here you can see under the support. This actually took a decent amount of time, again, because I had to build some a lot of individual beams here and there to make sure everything fit. But again, it's worth it. I really like this cool, kind of like, you know, you're, oh shit, I should probably remove that tree. Gotta remove that tree, but anyway, like I said, like you're below the supports and everything. I think that looks really cool. And into the brake run. So there we go. Let me just really quickly, because yeah, this tree is sticking out a little bit too much. Let me just get rid of that. There we go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the wooden roller coaster. Oh, by the way, I didn't even say the name. It's called Wicked Rumbler, which I think is a kind of a bit of a cheesy but fitting name for this roller coaster. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to show you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Again, this was a little bit different. This was a new kind of challenge for me to make something with these side supports. But I think I did pretty okay. But again, I'll let you guys be the judge. So as always, thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be back pretty soon with another creation. But until then, have yourself a wonderful day.